Everybody please, attention.
Good afternoon everyone. Despite the warm temperatures at the moment, I've been told I've got to keep this cravat on, my shirt done up until after the speeches, so we're going to make a start now. And I am going to keep mine brief, because I know that in about a quarter of an hour, Fiona's got a photo shoot on that yacht, so we can't delay that either. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming and joining Fiona at their wedding. I know most of you have travelled a long distance, and we really appreciate that, and for coming and lending your support to them on this day. I hope you agree with me in thinking that Fiona and James chose a very beautiful venue.
Oh yeah.
Clap this as well. As a proud father, I think that Fiona looks wonderful. And that she and James make a very handsome bride and groom. I also hope that you all enjoyed the meal here. I know the menu was a little on the unusual side, but nevertheless it was beautifully cooked, presented, and I certainly enjoyed that. This is also part of the speech where I look back on Fiona's life and times, regaling you with stories about her as she was growing up. It must be the part of the wedding speeches that all brides dread. There are many tales I could tell you about Fiona's childhood and the things she got up to, but as I said, promise to be brief, and I won't. I'll just write a book about them sometime, or publish them on the internet. That would embarrass her. It's not really surprising that we're here in Gibraltar, because in recent years Fiona's been a bit of a globetrotter. She's worked in, to just read out this list of at least 5 different countries. I mean, she's been in Houston in the United States, Cork in Ireland, Manchester of course, and Cyprus. I mean, Fiona and James worked in northern Cyprus for well over 6 months, didn't you? 9 months, yeah, when Janet and I were living there. And it was during that time, I think, I got to know James better, from the times we went out and played poker. And those evenings. It was a grotty place where they were living to begin with, the apartment they were given. But anyway, I'm sure you all know that Fiona and James work in the casino. And I have to say that since Fiona started her casino career, which is about, what, 5 years ago?
10 years ago.
I was very impressed in the way that she started to learn multiplication tables. How many people know how 39 times table?
There's a lot of them down there.
But when you listen to them talking, they sound like experts. However, it doesn't surprise me that she went into this kind of gambling industry, because even as a child, I can remember when she was 4 years old in Brighton. You can remember this, can't you? Pam and I had gone out for the day, and we left Fiona and me with some friends of ours in Brighton. And Tony went into a booking office, bookies. He wanted to put a bet on a horse. And although Fiona was openly full, she wanted to go in there with him. She had a tantrum on the pavement outside.
Can't believe that.
But anyway, I'm very pleased that Fiona's now reached a stage in her life where she wants to settle down and get married. I know she's hoped for this for some time, and pleased she's met in James someone whom she feels she can share with her. I know they've had some ups and downs along the way, but they've coped with those very well. I'm sure this bodes well for their future. I mean, obviously I don't know James as well as Fiona, but I will be very interested to hear what his best man's got to say. I might learn something there. He's a very sociable young man, and he shares my interest in good beer and sport. It's unfortunate that he supports the wrong Manchester team. I won't hold that against him because no one's perfect. It may be the first time he's met a City supporter like me. And there's one thing I must get in right now to remind all the United supporters that City are second in the table, above United. I have to say that because I'm
Fortunately, you win nothing in September and October. Unfortunately.
Not the only one. So anyway, just coming to the end, I hope that Fiona and James's relationship goes from strength to strength, and that today represents a memorable first step for them as man and wife. And I'd like you to all join in me raising your glasses to them and wishing them every happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiona and James.
Speech.
Well done,
Hi guys. Hi Jane. First of all, seriously, thank you so much for coming. I know it's a bit of a cliche and everyone says it, but I mean in our case it's quite apt. The effort that you've all put in coming over from England or wherever, you know, it's brilliant. You've really made us feel so special. It is amazing to have everybody here. My nan and granddad, it's so amazing to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. Also, a few more thank yous. Thank you to Paul and my mum. They've been ever so helpful and generous. Thank you so much. Also to Pam, you've been absolutely brilliant. All the stuff that you've made for us is fantastic. And one last thing before I finish, just on the football note, Liverpool are in the bottom three at the moment. So I'd just like to make a toast to Fiona, my beautiful bride. You look amazing today. I love you so much. Thank you for making me a please to Fiona. Max, booyah.
Okay.
Booyah, James.
Booyah. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to say a few kind words about my friend James here. Well, a few words then. And I've known James for about 10 years now, and yeah, it's been a bumpy ride to say the least, but we've always got through it. I have come to feel like a bit of a father figure to him though. Especially recently. I've watched him scream for a bottle, I've watched him crawl around on the floor. I've had to change his underwear. All this will be available on Facebook when he goes on his so look forward to there. Of course, when James asked me to write a speech and be his best man, I freaked out. I really don't like standing up speaking, but I was going to do my best, so I locked myself away. I was going to write something profound, and then I went on the internet, analysed a few bits and pieces, and there is a lot of really, really good stuff on the internet. Not all of it to do with being a best man. So, I started thinking of all the great memories we've shared together, and then I started thinking about the ones I could share with your friends and family. And the list got very, very short very quickly. So, basically what happened then is... yeah, it was James's lovely Jägermeister that brought us together, and left me with a series of hazy flashbacks. And yeah, including one night in Manchester, which I meant to bring up with you at some point ago. We were leaving a gig, if you recall. We went out a fire exit into a building site, and then spent 15 minutes walking around just in a drunken haze when we came to an 8-foot fence that James seemed convinced we could scale like drunken ninjas. To cut a long story short, I ended up flat on my back with a brutal concussion and ripped down the back of my jeans, pouring blood. Like any good man, he dusted me down and brought me to Jilly's. You remember? One of our favourite little rock world nightclubs. And then we had a couple of beers, and I just wanted to go to a hospital. So I think we're even to what happened with the stack too. I think it's fair to say that, for those who know him, back in the day, James was something of a ladies' man. Like any good Western, there is the good, the bad, and mentally unstable. But all that changed when he met Fiona, and I literally didn't see him for weeks. When I did, he had a massive smile on his face, and it took a while for him to introduce me, but when he did, I could see why. She is absolutely gorgeous, and she had a beautiful flat in town with a massive television. And I later saw her playing the Xbox and FIFA with James, and I knew there was something special there. And the night that James was refused entry into a nightclub over the road from where she lived, and she spent 15 minutes shouting at a bouncer from the balcony, I knew that was love. They were meant to be together because no one else would have them, to be honest with you. Fiona, you look incredible today. Absolutely stunning. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. Whereas James, you just look a bit stunned, pal. I've got to thank the bridesmaids, who all look equally beautiful as well. They did such a good job in getting Fiona here. Well done, on time and looking so perfect, because I heard she put up one hell of a struggle to get into that car. But anyway, I don't really want to take much more of your time. We've got a lot of celebrating to do, and it is absolutely boiling up here in this thing. So, in all seriousness, I just wanted to say, James and Fiona, I think marriage is not about finding someone you can live with. It's about finding someone you can't live without. And I'm so happy that you've managed to do that. So, if you wouldn't mind raising your glasses.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
James and Fiona.
Ladies, Pam's gonna, if you all want to take some of these little decorations home with you, just the ladies, you know.
No, sorry, I've already been grabbed over this head.
Okay,
Everyone.
Jane wants them for
Jane wants them.
Oh, one more thing I forgot to say. Yay, mums! Such a big thank you to Mike and all the staff. It's been super. The tip jar will come round for them later, so be generous, okay?
I'll give you £20 in.
Go on, Mike, let's have you out.
He's a bit nervous.
Oh, Mike has gone back to the kitchen.
Is he coming?
Yeah, what's it about, Mike?
I can see you.
Milk down the bottom of that one. Milk down the bottom of that.
The crowd. Max, he's amazing.
Max, you're going to be a best man, because Chris won't give a speech like that.
We'll take Max to us. He could be our honorary best man.
Challenge you on, Chris.
Coming now. Tell you what not to say.
Oh, no,
No,